You need to hear this because most people never see it coming. The moment you stopped pursuing them, they noticed right away, but not in the way you might expect. Not with any sense of relief or casual indifference. No, they noticed with a sudden and almost terrifying clarity. A clarity that shakes their inner thoughts down to the very core. When you stop chasing, the world around you does not just change in small ways. The person you once went after begins a quiet and unseen process of falling apart inside. And this is where things become truly risky for them. They sense an empty space where your attention and energy used to be, a space they never even realized was there before. Now that space feels wide and open. They are not used to dealing with such quiet moments, so they start to panic without knowing exactly why. If you want the full psychological truth about what happens when you stop chasing, hit like right now. Most people do not understand this part at all. Your absence is not really absence in their mind. It works like a mirror instead. It shows them things they never wanted to face about themselves. They realize deep down that their feeling of power and control over you has suddenly disappeared. And what happens when that control vanishes? Their inner mind grows restless and uneasy. It turns desperate in ways they cannot easily explain. It starts to whisper uncomfortable truths they feel too embarrassed to accept openly. The truths they avoid during the day come back to bother them at night. They begin to wonder if they wanted you not for your true self, but for how you made them feel important. And now that you are no longer there, that false image starts to break down completely. But they cannot see it fully yet in their waking thoughts. Their mind feels divided between what they hope for and what they are scared of. That inner division drives them to a kind of quiet madness they cannot name easily. They begin picturing your life moving forward without them in it. Every laugh you share, every smile you give to others, and every moment you spend not thinking about them starts to hurt them in a silent way. And here comes the difficult part that surprises many. It is not only longing they feel. There is also anger mixed in along with fear and guilt that they cannot sort out properly. It shows up in strange behaviors that seem irrational or even risky at times. Most people never face these feelings head-on. They try to run away from the discomfort instead. They act like it doesn't exist at all. But you have brought it into the open simply by pulling back, by stepping away and letting them sit with the empty space they were never ready for. Something deep and basic wakes up inside them. Something hidden under many layers of self-deception starts to stir strongly. That inner voice which stayed quiet for so long now grows loud. It says they cannot lose you and they cannot let you go easily. They start remembering every conversation, every message, every look, and every small moment between you. They examine themselves closely, and they examine you too. They try hard to find the exact point where they might pull you back again. And here is the part that feels most frightening. They will feel a strong need to do something about it, not always in a planned way, but sometimes suddenly and without thinking, because the human mind dislikes loose ends and uncertainty more than almost anything else. You have created the biggest kind of uncertainty for them. You might not notice it yet from your side. You could believe that silence feels peaceful and absence causes no harm. But absence used in the right way becomes one of the strongest forces possible. The moment they understand they cannot make you chase them anymore is when their outer image starts to crack. Once that image slips away, everything they kept hidden begins to come out into the light. All the things they pushed down and denied for years start rising up. And that is the risky part, because the calm and cool person you see on the outside is no longer who they recognize in themselves. They will struggle to make sense of it even when understanding feels impossible. In your silence, you have become the center of their inner breakdown. But here is what keeps the story going. Because what comes after this is something they cannot guess in advance. Even they do not fully know it yet themselves. This is where we end the first part for now. The silence you made is not really empty at all. It acts like a mirror showing everything they have been avoiding, and that reflection is getting ready to speak loudly to them. They cannot stop thinking about it. Not because they choose to, but because the empty space you left behind refuses to be forgotten. Comment if you've walked away and felt them starting to unravel. Here is the truth they keep secret, even from their own thoughts. Absence feels more scary than direct rejection in many ways. Rejection has a clear shape, and you can see it plainly. Absence feels like complete disorder instead. It is like an empty space where their deepest worries paint themselves freely. And this is where everything starts getting complicated for them. They begin to notice every small detail they missed before, every break in talk, every slow reply, every smile that does not involve them becomes important. Each small pullback in your attention hits their inner mind like a heavy blow. They replay moments that seemed unimportant at the time. That joke you enjoyed without them there. That quick look you gave someone else. That message you did not answer right away. All of it plays again and again in their head. In that constant replay, they start finding patterns, or what they believe are patterns. Their thoughts desperately try to create meaning out of it all. Their pride cannot handle unclear situations. And unclear situations are exactly what you gave them by stepping back. Here is the quiet fear that grows in them. They start doubting their own choices. Did they judge you wrongly? Did they push too much? Did they fail to value you when they had the chance? Every hidden doubt comes up like an old ghost visiting their mind. Most people do not know that the mind does not simply accept loss quietly. It looks for ways to fix it instead. When no real fix appears, it makes one up on its own. It creates stories, reasons, and explanations to get back some feeling of power. And how does that appear in them? At first, it starts in small ways, like a quick wish to contact you or quiet interest in what you are doing. Then it grows stronger with repeated thoughts and dreams about changing what happened. Regrets become so painful they feel sharp and bitter. They start feeling trapped by their own inner thoughts. Because your distance has set off something very basic in them. The understanding that they cannot get what they want through pressure, tricks, or charm anymore. And this is usually the point where many people start to fall apart in their thinking, because the human mind is not made to stay comfortable with having no control. Deep inside, they wrestle with a hidden worry that they might lose you for good. Drop a comment if this is exposing how their subconscious panics when you go silent. This worry does not follow clear thinking. It works on old instincts from the deepest parts of the mind. The parts that shout, reach out, and demand answers quickly. And here is the difficult truth many avoid. Their inner mind begins making plans without asking their normal thoughts for permission. They might tell themselves they need to prove they care more, or they need to make you pursue them again. Or even worse, they feel the need to make you pay for walking away. When pride feels attacked, right and wrong can become flexible. All the nice outer appearances break down. All the reasons they made up and the social faces they wore melt away quickly. And this is where it starts feeling very personal to them. They are now dealing with strong emotions they cannot manage well. Feelings of want, envy, guilt, and embarrassment crash together in a way that feels too heavy to bear. Yet they cannot act in a calm manner yet. They swing back and forth between two different worlds. One where they deeply want your notice, and one where they are scared of their own strong feelings. One where they wish to connect again, and one where they feel disgusted with themselves for needing you this much. And here is the strange twist in all of this. You did nothing at all, really. You simply stopped going after them, and yet by doing so little, you have woken up the deepest and most secret parts of their thoughts, the parts they have hidden for many years, the parts they feel too shy to admit even to themselves, the parts that speak softly in quiet moments, saying they feel weak, they are not enough, and they want what they cannot easily get. Most people will try to escape these feelings fast. They will look for distractions or try to explain the worry away with logic. But this is not something logic can easily fix. This is deep and direct inner panic leaking into their daily life. And here is the point where things can change quickly. The longer you stay away, the stronger their inner disorder becomes. They notice details about you they ignored before. The way you move with confidence, the way you smile freely without them, and the way your days keep going smoothly. Every new observation feels painful. Every new understanding adds to their inner pressure. Yet they remain stuck between fear and strong desire, between what they want badly and what they are ready to accept openly. In that stuck place, they begin creating situations in their mind they never imagined before. Dreams of having power again, dreams of coming back together, and dreams of getting even somehow because your stepping back has shown the honest fact. You are not theirs to direct or own. You never really were, and that fact feels harmful mainly to them. And here is the open question we leave for now. They are alert now, even if not fully aware of it. Their inner mind has turned against them in some ways, and they do not know where it will lead them next. The trouble has started, and you are right at the center of it. They are starting to break apart without even noticing it fully yet. It begins in small ways, like unexplained tightness in their body, a sudden feeling of worry that surprises them. But it keeps growing and spreading. A steady panic enters every idea, every urge, and every moment. Here is the hard truth they must face. Your absence is not just nothing. It works as a mirror they cannot turn away from easily, and what they see in that mirror scares them deeply. They see their true self without any covers. They see their weakness, their strong needs, and their fear of depending on someone. Type mirror. If you've seen your absence turn into their worst nightmare, they feel upset by their own wishes. For a long time, they hid behind false ideas of being in charge, being better, and not needing anyone. And you remove those false ideas without any big effort. Most people believe facing someone needs direct action. They are mistaken about that. Stepping away is a powerful way to face things. Staying silent can be very strong too. Refusing to chase becomes the strongest way of all. Now their inner mind comes alive strongly. All the wishes they buried come forward. All the false stories they told themselves rise up. All the pride and refusal they used surge like a wave. They begin feeling a strange mix of strong want and anger at the same time. Care mixed with worry and wishes tangled with regret. They might find themselves looking at their phone with fingers ready to message you, shaking with the knowledge they should not, but feeling unable to resist fully. In that uncertain moment, the break inside them grows deeper. Because every person has dark corners with hidden worries and secret wishes. When the world acts beyond their control, those corners grow larger. They push out looking for a way out. They may try to act calm and reasonable on the outside, but the inner mind does not pretend. It speaks quietly. It pulls strongly. It keeps bothering them. And through your absence, you have started that deep pull in them. They create mental pictures that feel very real and powerful. You enjoying life without them and moving forward without thinking of them at all. Each mental image hurts their pride. Each one reminds them they cannot force you or take back what you choose to hold back. And here is the most risky part of all. This is when repeated thoughts and strong focus can develop because the mind dislikes empty spaces more than it dislikes pain itself. The human inner self cannot remain with nothing without making up some meaning. When no meaning is offered, it creates one quickly. They will think of reasons and motives. They will go over past talks with great detail, looking at every small thing. Every memory becomes like a sharp point turned toward themselves. Every question they ask themselves and every mental story reflects fear hiding as normal thinking. Somewhere below the surface, basic drives take over. The part of the mind that existed before rules and clear thinking, the part that simply wants and reacts, begins to make plans not in open thoughts, but in deeper ways, and you remain at the center of that inner storm for them. They may feel pushed to contact you to check things or to stir reactions, because when absence reaches the inner mind, control feels strange and far away. Want and worry take over clear thinking. The inner self breaks under what it cannot manage, and the pressure builds because they cannot let it go completely yet. Every sign of your independent life hits them hard. Every update or sign of your world without them cuts deeply. And the painful part is that you cannot see this storm happening inside them. They are spinning in thoughts, trapped in an inner chaos you started just by moving back. Comment vacuum if you felt them desperately trying to fill the space.